Hey everyone, welcome back to 996 Howl. Today, the Utah Mammoth released their schedule for this upcoming season, the 2025-2026 season. This will be the last season with 82 games played. Starting next season, they're pumping it up to 84 games played in a season. Thankfully, it comes with a shortened preseason. I think they said maybe 4 preseason games max starting next year, which is amazing. The less preseason games, the better. But let's get into the comparisons of this upcoming season schedule versus last year. Their homestand, their longest homestand, stays the same at 7 games. You love to see that. But the longest road trip, bit of a different type of road trip this upcoming season. Last year, their longest was 4 games, which was really short. It was probably one of the shortest in the league, but they had to do 4-game road trips 5 times last season. This upcoming season, their longest road trip is 6. There's another 5-game road trip, and then they have 3 4-game road trips. So a lot longer on the road this season compared to last season. At home, they have, like I said, their 7-game homestand. The next most is 6, but the Olympic break sort of separates 3 and 3. So Utah players will be home for like a month because it's like 3 games at home, then 2 weeks at home or on vacation because of the Olympics, or maybe you do go to the Olympics if you're a Clayton Keller, maybe Logan Cooley. And then they have 4-game homestands. There's 3 of them, so 3 4-game homestands to round that out. Back-to-backs pretty much the same, 11 this upcoming season. It's hard to count them. I was reading this schedule over and over to make sure I got the back-to-backs right, because the way the schedule is laid out, you got to make sure if there's a Saturday game, you got to then read that there's a Sunday game, and that counts as a back-to-back. It's not as easy as finding 2 grouped together. So I counted 11. Hopefully I'm right. Last year they had 12. And visiting home openers. Last season, they were part of 3 home openers on the road. It was the Islanders, the Rangers at MSG home opener, and the Anaheim Ducks. They went 2-1, winning in the Island and winning at MSG in that thrilling overtime game. And I believe that Anaheim game they lost in overtime. They started the season last year with that 1-game homestand against Chicago, the first ever Utah game or Utah NHL game where Utah has their own franchise. And then they went on the road for 4 games, which included New Jersey, which they lost. They started out the season 4-1-1 before going on a 4-game losing streak and only winning 1 out of the next 7 games after that hot start due to injuries. And so hopefully this year they get off to a hot start as well. And then hopefully those injuries don't pile up again like last year. There was this interesting graphic posted on the hockey subreddit where Utah is one of the favorable teams in this graphic. They face 11 teams tired when Utah is rested, but Utah, when they're tired, they only play against seven teams that are rested. So that difference of a +4 brings them to the top of this graphic. It's better that you play more games when you're rested and you face tired teams than if you were tired and facing resting teams. Obviously, some important notes. I pretty much only picked 1 important game that was marked on my calendar, which was Kesselring and Josh Doan's return to the Delta Center with the Buffalo Sabres, which happens on November 12th. Utah, their 1 visiting home openers against the Avalanche this upcoming season. They start on a 3-game road trip this season, and then they have a 4-game homestand. So not terrible, and they don't have to go out east right away like last year. I believe those 3 games on the road to start are against Central Division teams, and their home opener this year is the Calgary Flames. A bit of a random team, but the good thing is the Utah Hockey Club was 3-0, winning all 3 meetings against the Flames last year. And that home opener for the Utah Mammoth is October 15th at the Delta Center, the newly renovated Delta Center, so that should be a great game as well. Nothing too much, nothing glaring. I like the graphic that I showed that, they're rested more against tired teams than they're tired against rested teams. That's great. That should help in the schedule. The 2-week Olympic break, The players are at home for about a month. That should feel good. And they end the season on playing 5 games at home ice out of the 6 remaining games. So if you need a late push for the playoffs, you got 5 out of 6 at home, riding that energy from the Delta Center. So that should be good as well, and an important note for the schedule as well. So that's it for me. Thank you for watching. Just a quick video on the new schedule. If you like what you see, spread the word. And as always, thank you for your support.